Today is the start, well, technically going into the second day of the 150 million download celebration campaign for Duel Links. We're getting, of course, the Prismatic Dark Magician, the Blue Eyes, the gems, the sleeves, which look really good. Like, this is, I think, is custom artwork for this campaign, which is really, really cool. But also, we're of course getting the Dream ticket. So on day 2, we're getting a UR Dream ticket, and on day 4, an SR Dream ticket. So I thought, you know what we'll do? We'll go through a quick guide to the best cards to get from your UR and SR Dream tickets. Like we used to do, we haven't done it in a while, so let's dive right in. So one of the first things you should do with a Dream ticket of any kind is go here, go to your little setting, and then click boxes, because you don't want to be buying cards from an event, a level up, a gate drop, none of that. You only want cards from boxes, mini box, main boxes, and really, you don't want structure deck cards, right? You don't want to be going and buying your Gaia, the Magical Knight of Dragons, because it's not worth it. This ticket by itself is worth more than anything else in the game. If you can spend the $4 to go and buy the structure deck, do it. If you can't, then you've got a bit of a moral dilemma to work with, because you're going to need multiple of this card, and you're going to need some of this, and the super rares. So really, in my opinion, stay away from your structure decks, focus on your main box, your mini boxes, and of course, save your ticket for when you really, really need it. You don't have to spend it right now. You've got until, I believe, the end of June, I think, to spend it. So not too long, but wait for a deck that comes out. If there's a new metagame, needs a very old staple card, then go in, grab that. Or if you need an MST, then go and grab that. But use some common sense, literally it. Or leave a comment down below what you want to pick, what you think about picking, and see what other people think. That might be a good way of going about it. Alright, so let's dive into the Dream ticket. We're going to start off with the extra deck slots first of all in terms of ultra rares. In my opinion, the best card to go for right now is Abyss Dweller, because Phantom Knights are prevalent on the ladder quite a bit. They use effects in their graveyard. If you can turn their graveyard off for the turn, that's going to be a huge blow to them, and you'll know they're playing them because they always play Yuto, right? So if you can make this turn 1, turn off their board, then you're going to be in a very, very good spot. Similarly, we have Levier, the Sea Dragon, another very cool card, a very old card. Well, old as in Zexal, right? It was the first mini box, right? The machine one, and didn't really see play until now, where it's seeing play in Burning Abyss and in Fountain Knights. So if you want to play, you know, if you don't want to go into a very old mini box just for this, this is another solid pick. Kind of on the same track, we have Deltaros, because Tellarknights right now are a very, very good King of Games level structure deck. This card was not in the deck, so you still have to go into that old main box to actually get the card. Continuing on, we have Ptolemy M7, a very good generic rank 6, of course you can rank up into it, but a very, very good card. Not seeing as much play right now in the metagame, but still a cool card to have. Cyber / Harpy Lady. Do not spend your Dream ticket on this. Do not. Yes, the deck's still good. Yes, the deck might be hit after the coming KC Cup, but this is from a mini box you're going to be going into 2 to 3 times to build a deck anyway. So there's no real point in grabbing this, unless you want it as a generic level 8 synchro, but then again, I don't think that's the best use case for it. Similarly, Dragon Mech. If you're playing Blue Eyes, you need this. You're playing Lightsworn, Levine Banish, you need this. Very cool card, very old card, but I think as well this one will be in the 50% off gem sale, so if you can get it in that, go for that. Also, finally, Bloom Diva. You might not have expected this one because it's kind of a niche deck, but Melodious can still hit King of Games. They can still put up win streaks on ranked. And you really only need one of this. You can get away with one. So if you don't want to go into that box just for this, go and Dream ticket it. You know, that deck is already very, very free to play friendly. And so this in a Dream ticket makes too much sense. And whilst we're here in the extra deck, let's go into our super rare cards. We have, of course, the Malevolent Sin, the Bouncer, and the Roach. All 3 cards of this are in the same mini box as the Dweller, which is why that even if you weren't buying Photons, this was always a very, very good box to go into just for these one-off extra deck cards, right? And if you really want one of them, then you're going for Sin, right? You're always going to go for Sin with your Dream ticket. If you don't, then Roach can be cool in some instances, right? Against synchro decks, it's very, very good. If you're playing this in the Turbo Duel GP, then this card can shut down your opponent's board very quickly, which is always fun to do, but not the most meta relevant right now. And lastly, we have Gorgonic Guardian, which of course is very, very good in Magnet Warriors right now, because they will usually summon this, you know, accede to this, detach one, put it in the graveyard, make your monster 0, blow it up, and then summon out their big Berserkion, blow up the other cards in the field, and then attacking for game. A very, very good game end, or just a card to bring out if you can't commit into that Berserkion on turn 2. Very, very good card. Now let's go back around to the main deck. Of course, I'm going to stay on the theme of the Magnets with Berserkion and, of course, the other Magnet Warriors. Do not buy these from your Dream Ticket. Again, like the Harpies, they're all in one box. You don't need to go into the Dream Ticket with this. Go into that box, get those decks, and then you'll be way better off with your gems, because when I think as well, I think these are on the 50% gem sale. So if you can get them in that, then that's really, really good. Then we have Witchcrafters. I didn't want to put this on the list, but I faced them the other day a couple of times, and they can still perform really well. With Neos Fusion now, I think they've gotten a bit better as well for dumping stuff into the graveyard, right? So they might see some resurgence, and if you want to get them, they're a main box ultra rare card. There's 2 of them. There's of course the Schmetter and the Vare, and Vare's definitely the one you want to get, so this might be a solid shout. Similarly, for cards that might not make too much sense right now, Rescue Rabbit, Scepter, and Diva. All 3 of these cards give you a good bonus on summon. Personally, my favorite is Diva. I really like the Shark deck, the Xyz deck, and that is one of my favorite decks to play. Obviously not as top tier right now, but still can steal some wins. And of course, Water Xyz have so many support cards that could come at any time, as well as Diva's own archetype. So you might want to keep this one in the back of your mind if you want it. Of course as well, Rescue Rabbit as well. Eventually, we're going to get Dolka and Lagia. Eventually. So you might want to save for this. Who knows? Again, kind of similarly, we have Stratos. Just a very, very good. You're going to want 2 or 3 of this for heroes. Destiny Calling, that deck still can, oh no, the Clock Tower, Prison White, the Destiny Hero one with a skill, that can still make this card shine and still reach, you know, King of Games very, very easily. So not a bad shout if you want to have, if you have 2 of this and you need another one, then this just makes sense. Also, Chaos Dragon Levianeer and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Kind of the weakest hits, the weakest picks I think, off my list for what to get. But these 2 still see play, right? Even though Chaos Levianeer is limited to 3, it still sees play and is worthwhile getting if you're playing a Light Spawn or Chaos-based deck, of course. And also, finally for Ultra Rare monsters, we have Buster Whelp. Because this boy is locked behind a mini box, the Power of Bravery box, I think it is, from back in 5Ds, like the first 5Ds box, so that's 3 years old now, right? That's very, very old. And Buster Blader can still, you know, they have been seeing more play since the main box came out on New Year's Day, so maybe worth a shot, I'm not too sure. For Super Rare monsters, not really much stood out to me, right? Like, I guess Avata, if you haven't got it already, is a great card to have for that Fire King Yubel deck. Then, on to our spell lineup. Of course, the big one is MST. This is close enough to the most meta-relevant non-Book of Moon staple we have in Duel Links. It's just so versatile to have in your deck. I only have 2 of them, so maybe this might be a pick for me. Also, similarly, Cosmic Cyclone, but that's available in a bundle deal, so if you already don't have that, then maybe hold off on that one. For more specific stuff, right? Of course, Dark Magical Circle, if you've got the Apprentice from a selection box, rest in peace your wallet, but this obviously is a mandatory 3 of in that deck. Skyris as well is kind of important for Pendulum, so if you want that, then grab that too. And back to like more generic stuff, I guess, Forbidden Lance is going to actually be quite important in the current metagame, because of course we have things like Book of Moon, of course, is still very prevalent, very much here, and also you have Phoenix Chain kind of coming back with the Tellarknights, as well as the Break Sword for Phantom Knights. This will get around that. It will make your monster free to attack that turn, to use its effects, and so a very, very good card that will probably see play. And speaking of that, we of course have Necro Valley. Now, of course, in tournaments, is a very good side deck card. Phantom Knights, this does kind of turn off that deck. And of course, the reason it's here is because we're getting the brand new SR Search card and the Trap card, the Omni Negate, in the brand new mini box coming out at the end of the month. So this might be the time to pick it up. But of course, it's in the Dark Dimension, which is now 50% off in the gem sale. So you might be better off trying your luck there if you have the spare gems. But also, you need the gems to go into the brand new box, so you're gonna have to weigh that up there. Of course, for super rare cards, we have Lightning Vortex, not really the best card to have, but there's not really too many spell options, and of course, Forbidden Chalice, which also is, you know, very, very similar to the Lance, but just for monsters, and generally is an alright card to have. There is a bundle deal with them as well, so if you haven't got that, then this might be okay, but in general, Chalice, not the most useful card in the current form, I guess, to stop maybe the Break Sword pop. That could be a good thing. But yeah, Now, on to the trap cards, which usually, you're going to have the staples, right? The Floodgate, the Canadia, and the Drowning, and the Phoenix Chain. You're going to have those. Phoenix Chain now has a bundle deal, which is great. I think all these have bundle deals, actually. Maybe not Drowning. No, maybe Drowning does as well. Maybe these all have bundle deals, right? So, it's a bit of a tough one. But Super Rare cards, I think, is the more clear-cut thing, right? Of course, Treacherous is the best trap card in the game still, to this day. Very, very good. Karma Cup, not seeing as much play now, but of course, on Ranked, you see literally anything under the sun, so if you haven't got this, why not? But also, more importantly right now, is Super Team Buddy Force Unite, and and I guess always the Dragon Souls, they both do very similar things, but Buddy Force Unite is still the much better card, because you can set a copy of this card if it's destroyed. So, and you're seeing this play in Tellarknights, in Magnets, in I believe Phantom Knights as well, they're all kind of playing it. So this card is super relevant on the ladder right now, in Ranked, in your PvP tournaments as well, in Duel Links tournaments. It's super relevant, and probably the best super rare card you can buy in terms of your Dream Ticket, by far. But that is my list of the top cards to get with your Yuan SR Dream Tickets for March 2022's ticket, the Celebration ticket. Obviously, I've missed some cards. I probably will have. I can't remember everything under the sun. This was just what came to me when I was building my list. And so let me know down below what you think, what you're thinking of getting, if there's anything I missed off on the list. And if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe for more Duel Links content. I know people aren't really doing Duel Links content right now, but you know what? Why not? The game's still alive. It's not dead. Let's go. I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video. See you then.